So I got a commission to make a trophy for a fantasy football team. And the top of the trophy is going to be using one of the sculptable helmets that I make. And the trophy idea that I came up with was a hand holding the trophy, and then the arm would be attached to the trophy base. And in order to do that, I have to create a mold and a cast of my arm. So I bought a hand casting kit, and actually I bought two of them, so I had double material. And then I made this big cylinder out of just a piece of PETG that I bought at Hobby Lobby, and I taped it together, and I glued it down to this corrugate piece of cardboard, and I filled it all with the material. Now I'm gonna dump the water in and mix it, and then I gotta hold the skull like this, so I have to sort of reach in and create the mold of my arm that way. I'm just hoping this is gonna work. In my head, it seems like it should, but you never really know until you get into it. So I think I've got all the measurements for everything that I need in terms of water. I'm supposed to cover my hand in baby oil, which I don't have. I do have Vaseline though, which is a good mold release. So I'm gonna do that. Slather everything up here. Because once I mix this, then I gotta go right in and put my hand right into it for the mold. So this helps release your hand from the actual silicone once you have it poured. So let's do that. All right, and then we're supposed to mix this for a minute and a half, so I have a timer here set. This is 21 cups of water, which is a gallon is 16 cups, so it gives you an idea of how much I'm using here. So let's do a little bit of a mix going. All right, let's start this guy. Minute and a half. Oh shit. Ja, you motherfucker! Wow. Of course. So all that material is wasted, whatever that cost me. 50 bucks, 60 bucks. Okay, this appears to be dry now. So I should be able to clean it up. Fucking love this stuff. But alright, at least it's an easy cleanup. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, kiddos, we're back. It's a couple days later after that fucking fiasco where I cracked the PETG and the shit went everywhere. Blah, blah, blah. I got more material. I got an extra kit, so I've got 3 kits this time instead of 2, so that'll give me some more height. And I changed the PETG to this styrene, which is a more flexible plastic. But we're gonna try it again. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's take this. Oh my god, I fucking missed it. You son of a bitch. It hardened right on me. I missed it. I missed it. You fucker. It hardened. Oh, I'm gonna fucking cry. That was a fucking total disaster. Total fucking disaster. To be continued yet again. More fucking money I just throw away. All right, here we go, right? The third time's a charm, hopefully. All right, so this is more solidly constructed. The biggest difference is I use the plastic sheeting on the bottom instead of the corrugate. And then I wrap the tape around this way 3 times so that it can't pop open with any pressure. And this is the more flexible plastic, so it shouldn't break with this. Last time I dumped the mixture in first and added the water into it. Now I'm gonna add the water in first and put the mixture in second. So those are the changes. And hopefully, third time's a fucking charm. All right. Well, we're gonna start. We're gonna add a bag in, mix a little bit, add a bag in, mix a little bit. Okay, so already we have like a pretty big difference in how this is working, which is good. So now I'm just gonna fucking wait it out, and I think I'm gonna have to sit here and wait for quite a while. So this is where we want to be. All right. Now just wait here for fucking 10 minutes. Okay, well, I think it's solidified. And I'm gonna try to just wiggle my hand out of here, and hopefully this sucker worked. That actually feels pretty good, and if I look down in that cavity, that looks pretty clean. I actually feel like this is probably gonna get a clean cast. So I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and then we'll just pour the casting material in, and that's gonna harden for like 2 or 3 hours. So to be continued. All right, so we're here now on the last stage where we're gonna mix the casting stone. So we've got the appropriate amount of water. I've got I'm gonna use 2 packets. I used 3 packets for the mold, but I don't need all that material to just fill this arm. I probably don't even need 2 of these, but I'm gonna do 2 of them. All right, let's do it. All right, so we're gonna pour in about 1/3. And wiggle around. That was way more than 1/3. So we'll come back to this in a couple hours after this is fully set, and open it up, see what it looks like. All right, more to come. Okay, moment of truth. This thing is solid now. It's all cured. So let's see. Let's see, shall we? Okay. Sweet. Sweet. So far so good. Oh, this thing looks good. Now, does it hold the fucking skull? Let's find out. Finally, we got a cool mold, cool cast. Let's see. Yeah. came out pretty good. Yeah, you fucked it up. Oh boy. The cast came out awesome, but of course it like doesn't hold the skull. I mean, of course not. So the last time I recorded, I had opened up the mold, the third attempt at the mold, and had actually gotten a successful cast, right? And it came out really good. I was very pleased with it. There's lots of great detail, but the hand was too closed and it wouldn't hold the skull. And frankly, I was a little dejected and I was like, I'm done. You know, I already spent a lot of time and money on this. So I kind of walked away for a little bit, and then later on that evening, I realized, well, fuck, I made a commitment to my buddy to make this trophy for his fantasy football league, and the season ended on Sunday. In 3 days, the playoffs start, and I told him I was gonna make him one, and I couldn't fucking not deliver something. So, you know, I got up and I went to Hobby Lobby and I got some more mold material, and I went at it again and I made a fourth mold. And, you know, also too, I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to lose to this fucking thing. I had gotten pretty close to it. I knew that I could get there. So I went out in the rain. It's been torrential here in NorCal for the last couple weeks. So the last thing I wanted to do was go traipse out in the fucking weather. But I did. And I made a fourth mold. And voila. I didn't record it because I was like, I didn't want to spend all that time failing again and putting it on video. But fourth time's a charm. And this came out pretty good. So what I did here was bent my wrist back the way that it needs to be, which is not necessarily the most natural hand movement, but you can see that it holds the skull. You can get a couple different grips on it too, so it looks like it would naturally, that's how you would naturally hold the skull. And I'm gonna attempt to sand it down a little bit. I've also been filling in the cracks with some extra material, but you know, I'm a lot closer now, so I'm still spending a lot of time and a lot of energy trying to make this as good as I can get it. And I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I don't think that I can get it totally smooth, but I'm gonna keep sanding it a little bit, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I think I'm gonna throw a layer of primer on here and see how that looks. The last time I recorded the process for this trophy was I had been priming the sculpture itself. Since then, I've been playing around with some different paint techniques, and what I decided to do, what I landed on, was this this marbleized texture. Basically, it's like filament that shoots out of the spray can and will give this sort of marble or stone texture. So I played around with it on one of the skulls. Actually, it came out pretty good, and I thought that's what I would do with this. And then I glazed it with this super gloss coating that I use for my other skulls, and it gives a really premium look. Let me see if I can bring it in close, zoom it in on the camera. I don't know if you could see that, if it's in focus or not. I'll post some pictures of it later. But, you know, my goal was always to make the arm sort of the trophy itself. And the idea is that the winner of the Fantasy Football League will get a skull helmet of their favorite team. So if they're a Niners fan or a Cowboys fan, they'll get a Niners or Cowboys helmet, and then they'll display it on the hand. And then next year, when the league starts up again, the new winner will get this arm again with their team, and then the previous year gets to keep their skull. So that's kind of how, you know, the idea sort of came to life. But I'm really pretty pleased with this. I think it looks pretty premium. Now that I put that marbleized texture on there, it kind of hid some of the flaws of this thing. And it looks pretty fucking cool. So I'm happy with how it's turned out, despite the trials and tribulations, despite all the obstacles that I went through. You know, but if you're not learning, you're not living. So, you know, now I know how to make, you know, hand casts out of, you know, alginate. So, I mean, pretty cool. So, once again, I appreciate you coming along with me on this fucking journey of discovery, where I fucked up a lot, but also learned a lot. All right? Peace. Later.